Okay. All right. Here in Philippians 4, 3 and 14 points us out to ourselves, really. So I'm going to read from the Science of Living book, which says, forgiveness starts with you. You must forgive yourself and get rid of your negative feelings of self-condemnation. Live in the knowledge of the truth of you, your divine self that never sins and leaves all guilt behind. In our last Sunday's, or Sunday before last class, we got way over into some psychological clearing ideas because, and we see here again today, one of the things that we have to do is learn how to forgive ourselves. Probably the biggest thing that we have to learn how to do. It is essential in moving upward and forward to forgive yourself. And that was probably one of the hardest things for me to learn because I'd always heard about forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. You must ask God to forgive you. You must ask forgiveness. You must do this. But I had never heard or thought or learned or was never taught that the first, I cannot forgive others until I learn how to forgive myself. I got to get rid of my own guilt, because guilt is one of the things that hold us back and keeps us from climbing to the highest mark in life, because we always condemning ourselves. Oh, you know, oh, I beat up the cat when I was 10 years old. I killed a rat. I cursed out my teacher. I did this, I did that, and we are still condemning ourselves. When we condemn ourselves, it keeps us from accomplishing the goals that we set for ourselves. So here Paul clearly points out, I press toward, here in Philippians 3 and 14, I press toward, morning, I press toward what? The mark. Okay. Which means that everybody should set a mark. And when you set that mark, you press toward it. You keep working at it until you accomplish that mark that you have set for yourself. You got it? Philippians 3:14. That's where we are. It's like setting goals. You got to set goals. The mark is like a goal. The Bible says mark. We know that the mark is the goal that I've set for myself. And one of the things that I found out in my own experience, it's very challenging for people to set goals.
Yes.
And it's very even more challenging to set a goal and work toward it. Don't stop until you get it. Oh, matter of fact, Michael Jackson gave us that. Who's that? Don't stop till you get enough. Michael Jackson gave us that. Beautiful song. Don't stop until you get there. Until you reach your goal, you don't stop. Don't let anybody stop you from reaching your goal, because that's why he's saying, I press. See, in that press, I press toward the mark. Now, the press word, I think, is there is because this writer knew that in order to reach your goals, there was going to be some challenges. people challenge you to keep you from reaching your goal. And some of them don't mean any harm, because some people think they can just say things and get in your way and say this and say that. Oh, well, he don't know what he's doing. He gonna stop, or she's gonna stop. No. Understand when you set a goal, when you set your direction, your aim, understand right away that you must press. Life is, as I heard as a kid, somebody did this poem, that life is not a bed of roses. And it was never meant to be. Life was never meant to be a bed of roses. Because a bed of roses, when you go through a bed of roses, then it's going to be too easy when you get there. So the scripture said, I press toward. Don't know if I'll get there, but I'm always doing what? Pressing toward. A lot of people don't get there, but they can do what? Press toward. Keep working at it. Keep trying. And when you press toward, I think that life says, when it sees an individual getting out there working and working and working and refuse to be stopped and refuse to take no for an answer, by definition, I think that life eventually says, Erica, go ahead, give that guy the rule. Go ahead and let him go, because they ain't going to stop. Go ahead and give them the job. They ain't going to stop. Reverend Elder, go ahead and give them the job. Go ahead and sing the song, because ain't nobody else going to sing it. When you press, you put yourself in position to receive the good that you desire. So let's make an affirmation out of that. When I press towards my goal, I put myself in a position to achieve my life's desire. Yeah. See, if you don't press. Now, some people may press harder than others. Some people are just go-getters. Some people just not going to take no for an answer. Some people are willing to make a sacrifice, and some people are not. Life always seems to open the door for the people that's willing to make a sacrifice. So how do you know that? I tried it. I've seen it. I've seen it so many times work in my favor. Another thing I found out about life, speaking of pressing towards the mark, is that getting people to like you. If you get people to like you, you're going to open doors that you didn't think you would open. People are going to come to you that you didn't think. You open a whole spiritual series of doors when you get people to like you. And in order to get people to like you, there's something about you, there's something about me that I have to change. I don't have to change the other people. Who do I have to change? I have to change myself. And the first time I found out, because you know I went to school at 14 East 48th Street, the Mind Science School. The first time I heard somebody say, oh, you got to forgive yourself. The problem is you. So I said, I don't have to forgive myself. I haven't done nothing to nobody. They said, oh, no. The first person that you have to forgive, you have to reach way down in yourself, way down in your beingness, and forgive yourself. Tell yourself, I'm sorry that I put you through this.